One way the threat is different is when I was working on these issues, and it was core al-Qaeda. Core al-Qaeda had a strategy of trying to conduct large-scale spectacular attacks. They still are. And they would control their brand very carefully, and they would vet individuals before they would allow them into a plot. It usually involved travel overseas into the Fatah, the region between Afghanistan and Pakistan, that was largely ungoverned. And we became much better at disrupting that type of attack, and it had a lot of avenues in which you could disrupt it because of the time that it took to plot and plan that large-scale spectacular attack. They're still trying that approach. So is Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula and an offshoot called al-Nusra. But more recently, you've seen the Islamic State in the Levant, or ISIL, try a new strategy. And what they are doing is essentially they're trying to crowdsource terrorism. And so they blast propaganda using American-made and built products, social media products, out into the ethersphere. And the vast majority of that propaganda, even though it's very slickly produced, does not fall onto individuals who are willing to go down that radicalization path. But it only takes a small number to commit terrorist attacks. And so what we're seeing is that this strategy has been effective. They're using our social media, our tools that do so much good and have caused so much innovation, but they're using those same services that are provided to them for free to reach into the United States. And we're seeing in the types of cases that we have a huge increase. So we've done about 75 terrorist cases over the last year and a half or 2 years that are either individuals who have fallen prey to that message and want to go abroad to commit unspeakable atrocities that include enslaving women as a political tool, raping women as a political tool, indiscriminately killing Muslims and non-Muslims alike. But we're also seeing, when it became more difficult to travel, ISIL put out a message that said, okay, attack where you live. Don't try to travel, no passport, no travel required. Kill in your neighborhoods, find local military, find police, and cause damage. That's worked. We have about 15 cases now this year. We had none last year of individuals who get radicalized on that message. They get the general message, and then they end up talking directly to the terrorist overseas using a US-made and built product to walk them down that path of radicalization. This was not true when we were facing al-Qaeda. It used to have to take place somewhere in the community or person-to-person communication, so it's new.